Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm going to do a review of Weiss Ratings' crypto portfolio. So crypto, as we all know, has taken a bit of a beating over the last 6 months or so, almost a year now actually. And people have kind of gone through various different thought processes over the last few months, like is it done? Is there still money to be made in crypto? And from somebody who set out to learn all about crypto in January this year, it's probably the worst possible time for me to start to really embrace crypto. So I knew nothing about it, and I started just basically diving into all these courses and figuring all this stuff out right at the start of the year when everything just started to go down and down and down. However, I've learned so much over the last few months, and I've implemented multiple ways to make money in crypto even though we're in a bear market. So I continue to keep researching, joining services, checking services out that have things to do with crypto, learning about crypto alerts, all this type of stuff. I'll leave a bunch of links in the description where you can go and check out some of my favorite resources for crypto learning and alerts as well. A special mention before I start to Crypto Swap Profits by Joel. So my friend Joel has this very simple webinar you can go and check out. Joel Peterson, this is him. And I've learned so much from this guy about how to trade crypto. And his latest addition is a wave bot, which is probably one of the best automated crypto bots I've used, and I've used quite a few now. It's working super well, even though crypto's generally declining. So I've been a big fan of these bots since I did The Plan by Dan Hollings, if you guys saw those videos that I did. And they've consistently made me some money, and Wavebot is making me money at the moment, and I'm going to do a lot more videos about that once I have more data to show you guys. So in the meantime though, come and check out this webinar. It's basically a training about how he does these crypto bots. Obviously it doesn't give everything away because it is a sales pitch, obviously, that's how these things work. But you do learn a lot just from watching the webinar. And if you want to know more about the Crypto Swap program in general, you can come over to this blog post that I wrote all about it. It's a comprehensive crypto education and mastermind group in combination with the Wavebot passive income generating stuff. So if I was to buy one thing right now that was to help me with crypto, which I already have done, it would be Crypto Swap Profits, and I'll leave a link in the description. However, the service that I'm going to show you now has been super useful to me as well, so let me just get rid of the crypto code stuff, the Crypto Swap Profits stuff. This service is actually one of my favorite at the moment. It's really simple, but it's helping guide my crypto bots, basically, and the way I think about crypto, just keeping me really educated about where the crypto market could be going, regulatory stuff and all this. So this service, I got access to this service as a whole, so I've got all of the different Weiss rating services, which is this whole package. So I actually don't know how much this crypto portfolio that I'm reviewing today costs, but it's probably not that much. It's a really great service though. So we click on it here, and we can kind of get started on it. So Weiss Ratings, very popular, big company that does all these different services, and this is one of their latest additions, which is the Weiss Crypto Portfolio. Now, I'm not, even though I'm getting into crypto, I'm not really into holding crypto long term, even though that's probably the smart thing to do. I'm more into taking quick passive income stuff, so trading bots have been my kind of go-to thing. However, having a good feel of the landscape around crypto and what other people are thinking is really important, especially if they're credible people. And the guys that run this service are these two guys over here, so Juan Villaverde and Alex Benfield. And I looked up this guy's credentials, and he's a pretty well-respected guy. So this is him right here. And so he's a pro trader, as well as doing mathematical algorithms. And he's come up with this cyclical pattern for the Bitcoin market, which has proved to be very profitable for him. So long-term Bitcoin boom bust cycles have made up 4 320-day cycles, which in turn composed of 4 80-day cycles. So this is his timing model that he's come up with, and apparently it helped the basically the warn investors back in 2018 about sell-off from Bitcoin. It really did seem to help a lot. So he's come up with this kind of cycle idea, and then in combination with the Weiss crypto ratings model, which is a whole proprietary thing unto itself, he's able to get pretty good insight into the crypto market, where things are going, what to buy, what to sell, and that kind of thing. So that is a bit of background about this guy. You can do some research on him, see what you think, but he seems pretty credible to me. So when you first sign up for Weiss Ratings, you get access to all their issues and alerts. So this is what I like. There's 1 or 2 of these every week, so you can see the dates here. This is August 11th, August 8th, August 4th. So every 4 days on average, they're issuing, well, it's pretty good, interesting reports on different crypto things. So you can kind of see some of the topics here. Market rallies despite no Fed policy pivot. Trader monitor market testing resistance. Markets premature health. So you can see here's an alert, make your next BITO move. So there's alerts, but then there's general overviews in the market. And honestly, what I found is the general overviews in the market have helped guide me with my crypto bots, for example, a lot better than just some of these alerts. And so you can see there's lots of in-depth stuff. And these articles are pretty substantial. Let me show you one of them. So let's just go to the latest one. So the markets rally despite no federal policy pivot. And the cool thing is with all these Weiss rating things, you can listen to the article as well as just read it. So I always like that. It's a nice little feature. So you can see the sort of due diligence they're giving you. So talking about the Federal Reserve, most of 2022 has been risk off, the dollar's been strong, blah, blah, blah. A couple of months back, I warned most asset prices were getting too stretched to the downside. Had to reverse soon, and it has started to do that. We had a brisk turnaround in stocks and bonds, and of course crypto. The narrative shifted, nothing's changed fundamentally. So kind of key insights, you're like, okay, so nothing has changed fundamentally. That's pretty interesting. So kind of quick read, and you start to get a little bit more insight into what's going on. So they talk about the inflation stuff. Don't want to go through all of this. But what I found really interesting here is I can just glance at this article when it comes out and be like, like I never really paid much attention to Bitcoin. This is a chart of Bitcoin price versus time, basically. And you can see, well, actually we are kind of uptrending now. We are at the on the support level here, which is interesting itself. So this is the sort of thing that, I could look up periodically, but I forget. I've got other stuff going on. So to have this like spoon-fed to me, I'm like, you're right. We actually are now in an uptrend again. Things were looking hairy there for a while. We broke 20,000. I hadn't really looked at the price of Bitcoin until I saw this figure. I'm like, okay, we're starting to trend up. However, we are in a precarious place. And they go on to point out that Bitcoin is kind of precarious. It's dangerously close to the orange uptrend line. So this could make a really good buy point, right? Or if it breaks it, you can make your investing decision based on that if you're a Bitcoin investor. However, the meat of this article for me was a quick glance here and I go, Ethereum outpaces Bitcoin 4-1. So do we want to be in Bitcoin or do we want to be in Ethereum? Do I want to be running bots that are using Bitcoin or do I want to be running bots that are in Ethereum? So immediately I'm sitting here going, well, I want to be in bots that are running Ethereum, that have something to do with Ethereum, right? So something connected to the Ethereum blockchain would be more likely to be bullish over the the next little period of time, which I'd rather have these crypto bots running. They make money whether the market's going up or down or sideways, but it's always nice to get that additional capital gains on the bots as well. So this immediately just made me like, okay, well, so Ethereum seems to be, these experts seem to be looking at Ethereum, and then they talk about why this might be happening with the catalyst that's coming up. So this is where why Ethereum has so much more bullish momentum than a Bitcoin. Its upcoming merge has investors excited. So I'm just sitting there going, well, why would I run Bitcoin bots when I could run Ethereum type bots? It's more likely to work out well in my favor. So you can kind of see, while there's nothing absolutely groundbreaking in here, to have somebody who knows what they're talking about, its opinion spoon-fed to you, can have a knock-on effect on the rest of what you're doing. So obviously the easiest way to do this, we say, okay, well, I'm going to invest in Ethereum then, and rather than Bitcoin. And for me, it's a bit more complex with these bots. But so really nice summary, just kind of going through it all, and you get one of these every 4 days about some particular thing. So I'm showing you this one. A lot of really, really good information. So here's their current portfolio. So they do recommend buying things at times. So you can see this one's underperforming. This one's cancelling it out on their medium term. The long-term portfolio is doing pretty badly with Bitcoin and Ethereum. But you can see Ethereum's actually not down, whereas Bitcoin still is. Polkadot was a disaster by the looks of it. So you get one of these every 4 days, which is awesome. Let's take another look at... Let's go back to here, research. Let's pick another one randomly to give you kind of the flavor. Let's look at one of the alerts maybe. I saw one here. So make Beto move. So this is an example of one of their alerts. So not as much due diligence on this one. Sell to open, so they're actually short on Beto put options. So yeah, so this is a little different than what I was expecting. So they're actually short on this. So not a lot of due diligence on why this might be a good trade. I'm just looking through it. Return sale %. Yeah, really not a lot of due diligence. So maybe they explain that in a different like section here. So let me just double check and see if there's anything else. So this is probably the pre-alert to it. So why you might want to go short on this. It's hard to dissect because there's so much going on here. Let's see if we can search Beto. So yeah, so anyway, there's not a lot on that. I can't find it in here, so anyway. So here is some of the other stuff. So the Weiss crypto portfolio. So they use their proprietary crypto rating model to identify what to buy or sell. And the crypto timing model, so the two things combined, which is pretty cool. There's not a lot about what, how to get set up. There's a high assumption that you know what crypto is, that you need these types of platforms. So I have Kraken, I had Coinbase, but I wouldn't recommend Coinbase at the moment. So here's the position tracker. So for me, this is more of a due diligence service. I'm not going to follow the alerts. I just like to read, about the, what's going on in the crypto world a bit. But a lot of people want to follow the alerts. So you can see here some of their positions. Polkadot's down, Bitcoin's down. Most things will be down, right? Because this is long term. However, you can see they have picked a few here that have actually done really, really well and have offset all the losses. So they've done really well with Ethereum. So yeah, so that's like the long term. They have medium term trades as well. They're actually down on that as well. So not super high performing. You can see their closed trades though. So those were all open trades. So that's one thing, right? But they have an amazing track record if you look at their closed trades. So here are their long term closed trades, and they've done really, really well on these. So really fantastic over things that are closed. So overall, you can tell these guys know what they're talking about. To be honest, like I said, I'm going to use it as a due diligence service with the research reports. It's pretty good. There are some nice things in that they do offer proof that they're taking these trades in the account statements and things, which is pretty unusual for these services, which I really like. The videos and webinars section is not super deep. There's a bunch of videos from quite a while ago, 2018. So a little bit outdated for the education part of things. Looks like they get a bit newer down here. Haven't had a chance to go through all these. 2021, still not that new. Go back up here. So the frequently asked questions is always something with the Weiss ratings that's worth looking at. They answer all these questions about crypto in general, but about the service as well. So yeah, always pretty interesting. I don't think there's much I want to show you in here. 4-year crypto cycle on a log scale, 2014 to 2017. So we bearish, neutral, bullish, parabolic year. Let's see. So apparently you can do a VIP 45-minute coaching call with this service. Interesting. And in the glossary terms. So that's really all there is to the service. So far I love it because every few days I get a little bit of an insight into the crypto market. It reminds me to kind of keep up with things. So it's pretty nice. And yeah, so that's my review of the Weiss crypto portfolio, and I'll talk to you guys soon.